Hello YouTube, we're making an antenna part. You'll see the antenna when I'm done there, when I'm assembling it. I made this bit just this morning. Gotta give credit to Ox Tool, Tom Lipton's channel. I used this point to face with. See where I use that to chamfer the edge. And I'll also show you when I'm done all the other stuff. I'm also going to use this to bore with. This is a 1/4 inch piece of high-speed steel. This is just under. So when I drill my 1/4 inch hole, I'm going to use this as a boring bit. So it doesn't have to be a real good looking piece. It's just for an antenna. We're going to have some ground radials here. Okay. We're going to have it hanging inside. So if you want to do this outside, I'll show you later where you'd have to really do something different. You would have to make something different this part. Okay, we're going to turn around, chamfer the other side. Chamfer, whatever you want to say. Then we're going to drill the hole. We'll bring you back after we drill the hole, and we'll show you when we're getting ready to bore. We just don't want to do any video while we're doing this machining. It just makes me too nervous. At least I'm showing you the tools I'm using, so stay tuned. Okay, sorry about the lighting. Okay, we went in pretty deep because we're going to use a 1/4 inch bit, so we're just going as deep as this will go. Because this ain't exact, this is like a 3/16. These little handles are used. I use one out here. I took the original handle out with a pin, and I used one of these out here. So that's how you get the chuck loose. You got 2 of these. So there you go. We'll get the other bit in there, and we'll drill a hole through it. We'll see if the boring bit fits in the hole. Okay, we got our 1/4 inch hole. We're going to see if the boring bit fits in here. Okay, this bit, when it fits, we had to switch to our boring bit. That's why we showed these in a Sunday in the Shop video. We did have to flip this around because we was going to hit the jaws. So we went right up to it. We touched it a couple times. It's kind of scary. But this is the part that has to fit in there. And it's not critical. So it's just for an antenna. So it's all done on inches. There's no thousandths here. This is a 1/2 inch hole. This is an inch piece of aluminum. So off to the bench, and we'll show you the next step. We want 3 rods in here for ground rods for an antenna. If you ever look like a CB antenna, you got your 3 ears for the ground plane. We're thinking if we can mark this good enough, but we'll do it with a piece of paper if we have to. We don't do the pie thing, whatever. We'll wrap paper around there and we'll figure out 3 points. It'll come out close enough. So off to the bench. Okay, before we go to the bench, I want to show you this wonderful cardboard enclosure I made for this. See how much garbage is down in there already? I had to cut this out so I can get back in there. You got a tightener lever back in here. A little thing with a bolt with a rod, you can barely see it. So I got to get my hands in here to do that stuff, which throws a little bit out the front. So thought I'd show that. I got the idea from another YouTube channel. I won't embarrass them and say who it was. If they're watching, they know what I'm joking about. That beautiful cardboard enclosure. Okay, this is what this part's all about. Just like your mirror mount goes on your trucker mirror. This nice antenna. You ever notice your battery symbol comes on when you're ready to record? Okay, we're just got this hanging up in the shop. We got it hooked up on a nail on the rafter. So we want to put 3 ground radials here. So we want a little more space in this. We're going to put 1/8 inch rods in there. They're just going to be copper coated TIG welding rods. Just your common steel, whatever the number is from Harbor Freight. So this is how this isolates the hot right here from the ground. See that? This be your ground of your coax. That's the center is hot. If you ever use a CB antenna, you know what I mean. So here's your ground. It's going to touch here. It's going to go up against there. And this isolates it, so this can never come over and touch. Pretty common stuff there. Okay. You can do this. Yeah. We're going to show you what this bit can do. Okay. Say you had your full piece in the lathe, okay, and you're going to lathe it. So you can face with this, right? Then you can deburr. You can come over here and cut a little groove in here first. If I get the light right. You cut a little groove in there first and deburr this before you put your parting blade in, okay? Then if your hole's banging up, that's almost, if I modified this, it would fit. So if you use over quarters, even like maybe 5/16, you could use this for a boring bit. I will try it someday. I know it'll work. It ain't gonna be the greatest, but it's kind of really fast made. It's made on my diamond wheel, which curves this instead of a nice flattening that kind of curves like that. You still get the clearance, but you see what it does? See how it's kind of squared? And there's a little secret to honing these bits. You can't leave this needle sharp. It's like cutting a small thread. You have to hone it, kind of hone the edge over. I use 1,000 grit sandpaper. You can talk. It's like 1,000 grit sandpaper or my phone. See, I got to kind of hone it like that. So it's not so sharp right there as it's cutting in. Otherwise, it makes just like a long, thin thread, and that's just a mess. So that's that bit. We'll snap a picture of it. I had a small one. I lost it. Or it's somewhere. I lost it. So this is a bigger one. So there you go. We'll go on to getting the rods in here. Like I said, we'll figure out how to get 3 equal parts. Probably wrap a piece of paper. When I had it in the jaws, I could have maybe marked it close enough. Now, if you was going to do this with radials on a bracket, like outside, you would have to take another piece of this aluminum somehow and make it so it had something here. So it had to be long like this and this thick. And I think you know what I mean. If you wanted 3 radials, which you put 2 that way, you know, 2 this way and 1 this way. So it would fit on there. So it's possible to get a bigger piece of aluminum, do the same thing outside. So stay tuned. We're talking way too much. It's going to be too long of a video. Okay, we about pulled the rest of our hair out, figuring this one out. It is 3 3/16 approximately around the 1-inch piece. So divided by 3 is pretty easy. 1 1/16. See, we don't do the pi thing. Just take a piece of paper. See this? And it's off. One of these is off probably like about a 64th or something. We're not going to tell anybody. Don't tell the customer. Okay, back to work. Okay, here's the finished antenna. Those are exactly 1/8 hole. I tapped them in there. You can only go so far because you drill all the way through. You're going to hit the hot side, that bolt. We're going to put some epoxy or super glue on them. It's going to be inside. If he's outside, you would have to do some kind of way to lock those in there. Change my battery. The battery symbol is still coming up. I need to charge 2 batteries. Okay, there we go. I'll take a picture of that. And thanks for watching this entirely too long of a video.